Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be drawing a slug. Slug witch. Alright. We're gonna draw a little slug. We're gonna give him a little stick to stand on. Or I guess, well, is it still standing when it's a slug? I don't know. But we're just gonna give him a little stick. We might add character to the stick later, like a stick on the stick, but right now it's just a stick. We'll go ahead and get a line for the slug to be on. His tail will be like wrapping that, and then give it a general bean shape. I don't know how slugs move, so we're gonna assume they move like worms. That's what we're gonna assume, but I don't know. And we're gonna give them the little tentacles. We might put, well, it's not tentacles, at least I don't think. I think they're antenna, but we're gonna give them little 2 antennas, and we're gonna actually put those through the witch hat, because it's gonna be a witch. And we're gonna put those through the witch hat, because I think it might look cool. Alright, do that. We actually kind of need that open because we need to access that still. Alright, what does this slug look like? Well, they get skinnier towards the head. And then we'll give it like the little antenna. We'll worry about the witch hat later. We'll give it the antennas. And they're very bean-like. There we go. Then we're gonna need to give it another bean here. We'll go ahead and give it like folds right there, and give it another bean right here for more slug shape. And this will be wrapped around the stick. Why wrapped around the stick? I don't know. Give it more character or something. Is that what slugs do? Yet again, I don't know. I'm not a slugologist. I only decided to even do this today because my sister came in my room with a slug. And I thought, perfect, slug witch. So yeah. Right. There's a fat slug. There we go. Obviously we need to make him better. But I think overall that looks pretty good for a basic shape of a slug. And the basic shape for the stick. Now we'll probably add some little lines on the stick for like leaves or tinier twig parts of it, but yeah. Alright. We'll hope that this sketch can still go to like thinner lines. Because sometimes a sketch, if you skip immediately to thinner lines, sometimes it doesn't quite work out because, well, you did your thinner lines a little too messy. Which I do try to avoid that, but sometimes I do make it really messy. But that's fine. Alright, there we go. And we'll go like that. And there's the stick. We'll go ahead and add more stick there. And more tail there. Perfect. Is it really? No, but what are you gonna do? There's the stick. I'm not too worried about the stick looking, oh, amazing, wow, wonderful, wonderfully wonderful. Not too worried about that. I am trying to make the stick a little rough, but it's just kind of looking messy instead of just like rough like I wanted it to. But, you know, whatever. Still doesn't look bad, so we'll keep it, obviously. And we'll go ahead and give boop and a leaf, which will say that's what he's going for, the leaf. I don't actually know what slugs eat, but I'm gonna say that this guy wants to eat this leaf. I don't know why. If they don't eat leaves, obviously, I don't know why he'd be going for a leaf, but yeah, he's going for the leaf. And don't worry, I won't forget about the witch hat, like I have forgotten about a couple of other times. I just wanted to add the little antennas. Or is it antennae for plural? I'm gonna call it antennas, because they don't actually think it's antennae. I was just saying that. Lol. There we go. I think he is actually looking a lot better than I thought he was gonna look. I kind of, when I had this idea and before I started drawing him, I was actually kind of thinking, I don't actually know if this is gonna turn out good though. But I don't think it's amazing, but it's not that bad actually. The tentacles, antenna are the worst part, because that's not how the antenna work on a slug. They work like this. They point like straight out and up a little bit, which is not what that looks like. They need to go point out forward more. That's about it. I wasn't gonna change it, but now after looking at my amazing reference that I made with holding those, now I feel like I need to. I also don't have to worry about that, because although I'm not using the sketching pencil, that is still a sketch because I need to add the witch hat. Which, this is a whimsical little lad. I did decide that. He's a whimsical little lad. But he might not be with all the other whimsical little lads, because I already have a plan for a snail. So I don't know if snails and if like a snail and I can't remember what this is. A slug. I don't know if a snail and a slug like overlap. I don't know. I don't know if I should just add just the slug or if I should add just the snail. I don't know. If I do add just one, it would be the snail that I would add, not this one, because the snail has a more interesting idea. He's just a slug with a witch hat on, but the snail is a snail, except the witch hat is its shell. Like, the shell is a witch hat instead of having a shell. I thought it was cool. Still got multiple other whimsical little lads who I haven't drawn yet. There's a raccoon one who has a witch hat, which is very patchy and like full of like patches and stuff, because you know, raccoons, trash, and I would just assume its witch hat would be a patchy one. That's why. Then there's also a ferret one, like a spotted ring ferret one, and it's like a brown witch hat, and it's got like what do you call them? Rings. It's got like little white rings and different colored rings all over the witch hat, either going up the witch hat or just all over it. I haven't decided that yet. But I got lots of other whimsical little lads who I've yet to draw too. There's just a couple that I haven't drawn yet, or I guess a lot that I haven't drawn yet because of, well, unable to draw them the way that I would want to be able to draw them. Alright. There we go. Now we need to point out his antennae, which I think are used for seeing? Maybe? I don't actually know what snail's antennae are for. I also didn't use any references for this drawing, which is, well, not for the slugs, I mean for the hat. There are like a million pictures of slugs on my screen right now. None of them look like this, though. So, I mean, I drew a hat without a reference, which is pretty coolio. I mean, I actually tend to do that a lot with the whimsical little lads now, but still think it's pretty coolio. I try to draw with the least amount of references I can now, just because I feel like I'm getting better, so I feel like I want to use less assistance, if that makes sense. Because if I just keep trying to lean on the crutches of using all the references I can, a reference for every single little detail, then I just get to the point of copying, which I don't want to do. Alright, trying to do the realistic shading, because still gotta do what the assignments say, still gotta practice. But I do want to start doing some more hatching drawings. So maybe I'll do that later. My sister sent me one of those OC challenge thingies where you like pause the thing on the certain points. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Where you pause it and it's like spinning through a bunch of different things you could put the person in, like outfits, hair, and different things like that. She sent me one of those, so I'll probably do that. Probably won't make a video out of that one though, just because I want to spend time on it, but I mean, still make it. Alright. Trying to make it lighter. It's hard to like shade smoothly with this mechanical pencil. I don't really know why I chose to do this with the mechanical pencil in the first place. I should have switched to the other one, but I just decided not to. Alright. Good. Put some sneaks right here as if they did have leaves on them. Maybe add a little munch to bits. Yeah, these are like little munched bits of leaves because he munched on them, but he didn't fully complete them or whatever. Whoop. And then another leaf. And I'm also going to say he doesn't know that that leaf is on his hat, and if he did know, he would eat it. Alright. I'm not going to give this one a name. I give them names sometimes. I'm not going to give this one a name. I will try to slightly texture this wood, although I normally like to get closer than I'm going to get to the drawing to do wood textures, so like I like to put my face like right up against the paper basically. So it's gonna look a little sloppy probably, but that's also partially because I'm not. If I really wanted to do it nice, I'll do it slowly. But I am not gonna do it slowly. I say as I'm doing it slower than I was. Alright. Definitely not perfect wood texture because I was going very fast in the beginning. But that looks good. Here's a little guy. He's a whimsical little lad, isn't he? His hat could be bigger, but I kind of like the fact of him having a very small hat because he is very small, you know? He's a little small snail. Couldn't remember what it's called. The tail, or not the tail, the hat is very 2D, not very 3D looking. Which is a bummer, but hey, what are you gonna do? Alright, cool. Bye-bye.